Hello ENC 91 students, this is Professor Bloomingberg, and the purpose of this video is to introduce you to the source-based paper project. This is a project that we will work on for the better part of the next 3 to 4 weeks. And what you're going to be doing with this is writing a source-based paper based upon a theme represented in All Over But the Shoutin'. So in this sheet I have given to you some general information. I'd be more than happy to post this too on Blackboard so that you can get a look at it there as well. But it's a source paper, which means that it needs to be 2 to 3 pages long. Now, the paper itself is not due this week, so don't panic. We're going to work on this thing in stages. What I need from you this week is just a listing of your topic in the Blackboard discussion board. But the culmination or end part of the project will be a source paper, 2 to 3 pages long, using MLA documentation. 2 database sources are required. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to walk you through the database, and I'll be establishing a link for you on Blackboard that will take you right into that database once you put in your KCTCS username and password. You need support from All Over But the Shouting. That's required so that you have 3 total sources that you're reviewing. And you must draw upon a theme topic from All Over But the Shoutin'. In just a moment we'll look at some sample theme topics just so that everything's clear in that regard. Thesis statement should present your general point of view persuasively based on evidence of sources. So your thesis is not going to tie directly into All Over But the Shouting, but your support for your thesis will, and we'll talk about that as we go through. So here are some sample topics, and remember that for this week you are required to give your topic in the Blackboard discussion board assignment. These are topics that I think represent themselves well in All Over But the Shoutin', so remember you're themed for your paper or your topic. It does need to come from All Over But the Shoutin'. So what are some themes that we've seen so far in the book? Well, themes like poverty, racism or race relations, experiences of war, and that's especially reflected in Rick Bragg's father and his experience in the Korean War, alcoholism, child abuse, working women, domestic violence, economic class, work and family, education, parenting, etc. So these are just some sample themes. Once you go into the database, you might find a totally different theme, and that's okay. But these are some themes that I think will at least make you think. And if one of those jumps out to you in terms of what you want to explore in the source paper, feel free to go in that direction. But remember that you're taking one of these themes to write your paper about, and we're going to cover MLA, but you are required to have 2 database sources and support from All Over But the Shoutin'. And those themes that I just presented, you'll have no problem finding some evidence of those in All Over But the Shoutin'. So, with that being said, let me reposition the camera just a bit, and what I'm going to do is give you a look at the database. When I send out the link, I will send a link out to this particular page, and this is through Somerset Community College. It is the listing of databases. And the one that you're going to want to click on, and you'll need to note this very carefully, is Opposing Viewpoints. It's listed under General Research in the link that I'll send out. So you want to click on that. And this is what the database looks like. And when you do this, of course, you're going to be working from home, being an online class. Instead of going straight in, you'll have to enter in your KCTCS username and password, and that will grant you access at home to this particular database. It's a little bit difficult to see, so let me readjust the camera and try to zoom in or maybe zoom out a little bit. But at the very bottom is a category called Society and Culture, and there's the option to view all on that. You need to click View All under Society and Culture, and when I do, it's going to bring up a listing of topics from the database. So if I scroll up a little bit, and you can do this at home as well, you can see it's a wide variety of topics. And that's why I narrowed it down to give you some sample topics, but by all means feel free to browse them and see if any of them tie in to All Over But the Shouting. And I'm just going to pick one. I'll pick child abuse. They're all linked so you can click it. So when I click it, you see it gives you an overview of the information from the database. And the way the database works, it's really cool. You have listed viewpoints that's written by the staff of the database, and it kind of gives both sides of the argument. This overview up here that I'll highlight, this kind of introduces you generally to the topic. You'll want to look that over. There are 70 different viewpoints, that is, points of view written from different scholarly publications. There are academic journals written by professionals in the field, people who might be social workers, so on and so forth. There are statistics, although the statistics here are a little bit old because they're nearly 10 years old. So if you're looking for statistics, you might need to look a little closer at that. And there are news articles, and the cool thing about this database, you don't need to go to Google or Wikipedia to look up your topic because everything's right here. In fact, you need two sources from this database. So let me just pick this one at random, the first one that I see here, and it's updated every day. So if you're looking at this in the future, you might see one even more recent. This article says Child Abuse Awareness Month marked by pinwheels. It's from the Anniston Star in Anniston, Alabama, and it was published by the time I'm filming this video. This is April 2nd that I'm filming the video, but this news article is from April 1st. So I'll click it. And voila, I'm given the actual news article, the entire thing. And this is copyrighted information, but as a KCTCS student, you do have access to this information. And down at the bottom, you see the source citation. You will want to note that because you'll need to include that in your works cited page. And I don't want to overwhelm you with this video. We'll be working with MLA, and I'll show you some things regarding MLA and how to put together a works cited page. I actually have some resource videos that are not videos I've made, but they are very good videos that I think will help you when we get to that point. So again, your goal is to look through this wealth of resources, these wealth of resources in the database, and find two that will support your particular point of view. Now with a topic like child abuse, it's not going to be pro or con. I don't think anybody in their right mind is in favor of child abuse. That's silly. But it might be, what can we do to help raise awareness, or what do we need to do to combat the issue of child abuse? There are all kinds of different ways to look at a topic, and that's just a sample topic. Certainly there are lots of other topics to look at, but I just wanted to show you how the database generally works and how you can go through and look at your topic and begin the process of doing research. So if we look here at the discussion board for just a moment, I'll reposition here. The assignment is asking you, upon reviewing the assignment video, or this video, please address the following. What have you chosen as the topic for your source-based paper? So again, I think as you look through the video and look through the database, you'll find that helpful. And how does the topic tie into All Over But the Shouting? So take a sentence or two to explain that. And do you see any challenges that you will need to address as you begin work on the topic? So this is week one of what will be, as I said, a 3 to 4 week project. So the goal here is just to identify your topic, get an idea of how you're seeing it, and really working hard to see how it's fitting into All Over But the Shouting, and working on those discussion board assignments this week. This is a big project, and I know that there's a lot of information and I'm hitting you with a lot at once. But if you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me and we'll follow up, and I'll walk you through next week what needs to be done in terms of working up on continue work on the project. I'll be posting a link for the Opposing Viewpoints Database, and you'll want to check that out and then work on the topic as well. If you have questions, email me. Good luck, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.